US military is desperately trying to close in on the sources behind the biggest leak in its history. Pentagon chiefs admit it will take weeks to assess the damage to US-led operations in Afghanistan after the revelations, which include the killing of innocent citizens. Diane Chichikan has been hearing from soldiers involved in the last major WikiLeaks expose, which struck at civilians, not insurgents.
Let me know when you get
Something that any military tries to keep under wraps. Civilians killed during an operation. This April, the Pentagon saw one of its skeletons walk out of the closet. A secret video of American soldiers opening what looks like indiscriminate fire in a Baghdad suburb 3 years ago. More than a dozen people were reported dead, including 2 Reuters news staff. Also, 2 children were wounded.
The incident was investigated, and the U.S. military concluded that the actions of the soldiers were in accordance with the law of armed conflict and its own rules of engagement. So while the U.S. military is okay with causing some collateral damage, it's when civilians die in the course of action. A number of soldiers who were involved in those killings now speak out and say this shouldn't be a norm of warfare.
You can see in the video
Ethan McCord, a soldier with the unit that's shown in the video, said it hadn't been a one-time experience. He went as far as to say soldiers in his unit were ordered to kill civilians in certain circumstances. McCord said the message they got from their commander was, if someone in your line gets hit with an improvised explosive device, 360 rotational fire, you kill everyone on the street. Josh Thieber served in the same unit as Ethan McCord. He refused to talk about the order because of, as he said, the threats and warnings that he'd received from his former Army fellows. But the secret video of helicopter killings seemed nothing unusual to him.
From my experiences, what was shown in that video is, not that uncommon. Things like that happen on a fairly regular basis.
Josh says the training they'd gone through did not ingrain much sensitivity either. He remembers one of the songs soldiers were made to sing.
The more intense ones goes I went down to the market where all the women shop. I pulled out my machete and I began to chop.
Josh and a group of other former soldiers are now touring the U.S. and telling people of their experiences and their regret.
For me, it was when I was finally able to kind of put myself in the shoes of other people and really start to imagine how I would feel if people were doing to me what I was doing to other people on a regular basis, of storming into people's homes, sometimes in the middle of the night, and waving kids in children's faces.
Some blamed the type of war the U.S. was fighting for the psychological trauma so many American soldiers are now going through.
It was a very disorienting and destabilizing condition of warfare for most American soldiers to try to separate the benign populace from the insurgents who wanted to kill them, that were absolutely indistinguishable from regular civilians.
Ethan McCord and Josh Thieber signed a letter of apology to the mother of the children hurt during the operation and pledged to change from the inside out. Ganesh Chekyan, RT, Washington, D.C.
Well, America's military chiefs are bracing themselves for more to come. The WikiLeaks website is promising that further revelations are on the way. The online whistleblower is now checking into reports dealing with American conduct in Iraq. It's thought they could expose similar findings to the thousands of documents already posted on the web. They include details of civilian casualties at the hands of US and allied troops, as well as concerns that Pakistani intelligence helped the Taliban insurgency. The White House described the release as a breach of federal law and a threat to American military personnel.